Yeah, I'd be pleased to.
Okay, let's call this meeting to order here on August 1st. We will start off with pledge allegiance. Ask Supervisor David to lead us in the pledge.
I think your microphone's off too, Chairman.
There we go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank everybody for coming. Do we have anybody online? Not a soul, huh? Well, today's meeting is going to be a little different. We'll start off beginning with the public hearing. And this hearing is for the TNT, Truth and Taxation hearing for both Graham County and Graham County Flood Control Districts, and also for the over to our county manager, Dustin Walker, to do a little bit of explaining about this process.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The reason we're having this public hearing for the taxes is because our tax levy is going up. We issued a press release a few weeks ago, and I just wanted to read part of that. I think it explains why we're having this meeting today. It says, for the 6th year in a row, Graham County leadership is proposing to lower the primary property tax rate. In addition, they're proposing to keep the flood control district tax rate the same as last year. On average, approximately 1/4 of the property tax bill goes to Graham County, with the remaining going to local schools, community college, fire districts, and irrigation districts. The flood control district rate was 12 cents last year, and it is proposed at 12 cents again this year. To avoid a TNT hearing, we would have had to lower it to 11 cents, which is a drastic lowering of it, but our proposal is to keep it flat at 12 cents. In 2019, Graham County property owners paid $2.99 per thousand of assessed value on primary property taxes. For a home assessed at $150,000 in 2019, the homeowner paid $448.50 in primary property tax rates to Graham County. The proposed 24-25 budget Graham County tax rate is $2.13 per thousand. The taxes on a $150,000 home for FY25 would be $319.50. So that's over $100 decrease over the last 6 years. This 28% deduction has occurred because of good stewardship of public funds, conservative financial policies, and increased countywide and total property values. A lot of that is, of course, due to the mine. New home construction, increased business and mine activities, and a healthy local economy. We've been very blessed over the last 6 years with that increased assessed value. This year, the total assessed value for Graham County, and that's the limited property value, is $334,238,434. Last year, I don't have that exact number with me, but it was just a little over $300 million. So we had about a $30 million increase in limited property value, which is substantial. A very good increase in our assessed value, and we've seen that steady rise over the last 6 years, which has been the reason for this deduction, and which has been the reason we've been able to lower this property tax rate. Just lastly, even though the primary tax rate will decrease and the flood control tax rate is staying the same, due to the increase in countywide assessed values, the proposed new tax rates will generate an overall increase of funds from last year. So the decision, or the deciding factor on whether you have to have this TNT hearing is based on the tax levy, or rather what we are collecting, rather than the tax rate. So that is why we're here. The increase in the levy from the previous year, last year, to this year is $374,550 with this new tax rate, even though it is decreasing from $2.22 to $2.13, a decrease of 9 cents. As far as the the increase for the flood control district, with keeping it flat at 12 cents, the increase is $17,418. In terms of the final budget, I gave an extensive overview during the preliminary preliminary budget presentation, so I won't go into that again, but me and Julie and Jennifer are certainly available to answer any questions on the budget as well. So thank you, Mr. Chairman, for giving me that opportunity to explain why we're here prior to opening it up to the public.
Well, this is a public hearing, and thank you, Dustin. This is a public hearing. I don't see anyone here that wishes to speak. So at this time, we will move on, but I would like to say thank Dustin and Julie and Jennifer for all the hard work you guys do on this budget. It takes hours and hours of your time and all the other department heads, their time. It is very well done and very expertly done, may I say that. And I just want to let you know how much I appreciate what you do for us. So thank you, thank you. Any other comments?
Chairman Howard, I did have a comment on especially the flood control. We did reduce the tax rate for the property taxes. We held the tax rate for the flood control. It allows us to have another $17,000. Since this is a completely separate pool of funds, and it's used both for preventative and post flooding incidents and repairs, my rationale in trying to build that fund up, and it's a very small amount of that we all see. We're all property tax payers and property holders. It's a small amount that we have assessed, but everyone knows that flooding here can be catastrophic, and at a flood incident we can go from a sunny day to the next day a couple $100,000 in repairs in several places. And so that was my rationale, is that is to try to build that flood control fund up so that we don't have to use general funds when we have an emergency. And it's going to take a while to do it at $17,000 a year to build that, but I think it's I feel that I can justify voting to hold that rate instead of dropping it. And I also note that for people who are either going to listen to this after the fact or have questions, there is a very good concise. We're required to I think to print it out, but it's about a 32-page or 30-page final budget and tax rates, and it goes into detail. And to be completely transparent with the public, this is available at the front desk. And is it available also online? Okay, thank you. Public library and online. Our CFO just indicated that. So we'll even though this hearing, we'll go ahead and take care of business in this hearing. We're always available, or I think I can speak for all of us to discuss and talk about people's rates and their concerns and trends. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I guess no one wishes to speak. We'll go ahead and close this public hearing and go into a special meeting, and we will need a roll call vote on all three of these items. We could get a roll call vote on the Graham County and the Graham County Flood Control District property tax for 2024-25.
On this first one, Mr. Chairman, if I might, we do have a resolution I'd like to read.
Absolutely.
With your permission.
Absolutely.
Resolution of the adoption of the budget 2020, resolution number 2024-07. Whereas in accordance with the provisions of Title 14, Chapter 17, Articles 1 through 5, Arizona Revised Statutes, the Board of Supervisors did on July 15, 2024, make an estimate of the different amounts required to meet the public expenditures expenses for the ensuing year. Also an estimate of revenues from sources other than direct taxation, and the amount to be raised by taxation upon real and personal property of Graham County. And whereas in accordance with said chapter of said title and following due public notice, the board met on August 1st, 2024, at which meeting any taxpayer was privileged to appear and be heard in favor of or against any of the proposed expenditures, expenses, or tax levies. And whereas it appears that publication has been duly made as required by law of said estimates, together with the notice that the board would meet on August 1st, 2024, at the office of the board for the purpose of hearing taxpayers and making tax levies as set forth in said estimates. And whereas it appears that the sums to be raised by taxation as specified therein do not in the aggregate exceed that amount as computed in ARS 42-17051A, therefore be it resolved, the said estimates of revenues and expenditures shown on the accompanied schedules as now increased, reduced, or changed are hereby adopted as the budget of Graham County for fiscal year 24-25, passed by the Board of Supervisors the first day of August 2024.
Now, shall we go to a roll call vote?
And Mr. Chairman, is this, I see two agenda items, one for the flood control and one for the final budget. You had indicated a third. Is there a third?
We have the flood control.
The final budget is the last item.
Fine.
So we'll, the first item to vote on is for the tax rates for Graham County and flood control. The second one will be item of business will be to vote for the tax rates for all the other taxing districts in Graham County, which I'll read those on the next one. And then the final one is to vote for the actual adoption of the budget. Have we done something wrong, Julie? Jennifer? Okay.
We okay?
So the first one is for the flood control district and also our county tax rate for property tax?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go ahead and, Mr. Chairman, if you're entertaining motions,
Yes.
I'll go ahead and make a
Yes.
motion that we, that the Board of Supervisors approve the proposed flood control and property tax rates for the 2024-25 budget for approval.
I'll second that motion.
Make it unanimous. We do have to have a roll call vote, correct, Dustin?
Oh, that's right. Yes, thank you.
Supervisor David votes aye.
Supervisor Mack votes aye.
And I also will vote aye. Next, okay, next we have to have a roll call vote also on the tax rates. Is that correct?
Yes.
Tax rate for other tax jurisdictions with Graham County. It's just a regular vote. We don't have to have a roll call.
Yeah,
Can I
that's
get a
correct.
motion on that, please?
Mr. Chairman, with your permission, we usually read those. I'll
that's
speed
okay.
read them if that's okay
That's
with you.
that's the list. Okay, you
Okay.
go right
Yeah,
ahead.
this is the list. I'll read the taxing authority and then the primary and then the secondary rate on each one.
Okay.
State of Arizona 00, Graham County 2.12930, Rural Fire District Assistance 0.0678, County Education Equalization 00, County Flood Control District 0.12, Eastern Arizona College 2.4609, City of Safford 0.5135, Town of Thatcher 00, Town of Pima 0.1115, Safford Rural Fire District 0, 1.4, Pima Rural Fire District 0, 1.25, Fort Thomas Rural Fire District 0, 1.3314, Central Jackson Heights Rural Fire District 0.35, Safford Unified School District 2.8674, and 0.3722, Thatcher Unified School District 3.3484 and 0, Solomon School District 1.3670 and 0, Solomon School District Local Aid for Common Schools 0.4155 and 0, Pima Unified School 3.9827 and 0, Fort Thomas Unified School District 00, Klondike School District 0.9113, minimum school tax Klondike School District 9 1.5930 and 0, Bonita School District 6.0394 and 0, Gila Institute for Technology 0.500. The rest of these, when it says tax code, taxing authorities, that's the area. I won't read those, but those are accumulated depending on what taxing district that you live in.
Thank you. Questions? Take it a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion, and with the reminder that we're approving the tax rates for our flood control district and our county property taxes. Those are rates that we set, and all the other rates that we're going to consider approving are set by the individual taxing authorities, and so those are beyond our control, but we do have a formal requirement to approve them as presented to us. And so I would make a motion that we go ahead and approve the tax rates for the FY 24-25 year as just presented by our county manager.
I'll second that.
Make that unanimous. Next, moving on, we will need to approve our final budget for Graham County for 2024-25. Let's have anything on that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't have any extra. It's, again, I just want to thank Julie, Jennifer, and Cindy for all of your hard work during the budget. Thank the Board of Supervisors for all of your hard work. It starts in January and ends in August, and there's a lot of work in between by everyone involved. We just want to thank you for your support, and we're already a month into this budget, and we're spending, and numbers are coming in a good way. We just had our month-end year report from Julie yesterday, and things have started out well. I'll provide that for you in your staff report for Monday. But anyway, we just want to thank everyone for all the hard work on this budget. We're anxious to move forward.
Thank you as well, Dustin. I have a motion to approve this budget for 2024-25.
Yes, I'll preface my motion, Mr. Chairman, using a point of executive privilege by just saying that I am grateful for the work ethic, the hard work for people in our county and the citizens, the taxpayers who work hard and provide livings for their families, and then pay taxes to provide services that are required by law. But we are very blessed. We've been blessed with good weather, a lack of catastrophic events. We've got an economy that's growing and vibrant. We've got the blessings of heaven, and so I would be remiss, and we've got really good leadership. Our county employees are careful. For the largest part, they're efficient, and they are safety conscious. We don't have a lot of lawsuits or claims or careless accidents that cost tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so I am very grateful for all those things, and as you are also grateful for an opportunity to serve such a good group of people. And with that, I'll go ahead and make the motion that we approve the final budget, the FY 2024-25 final budget for Graham County.
I'll second Supervisor David's motion.
I'll make that unanimous, but I would like to add that I am very honored to serve here for Graham County, and I feel like this board that we presently have, we all work very hard for the citizens of Graham County. Staff works super hard, management works hard to make this county a success, and I'm just very proud to be a part of it. I'm proud to serve with you two gentlemen. I feel like each and every one of us has our hearts into this job, and we do the best we can for all that we can do and provide to our citizens. So I'm just very proud of it, and I'm proud to make this budget.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Okay, there's no call to the public, so we will be adjourned. Thank you, guys.